Hello, this is John Eckhart. I want to thank all of those that are tuning in for today's broadcast. Before I share today, I want to encourage everyone on these social media platforms that you're hearing me to connect with me. My team is doing its best to connect with many of you around the world. We've had people connect with us from Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, the Caribbean, North America, South America. It has been amazing. I love these social media platforms because I can reach so many people with the word that the Lord has given me. And if you're not connected through our texting system, I want you to text us at the number given on today's screen. That way we can inform you of upcoming challenges, workshops, conferences, and special things that we're doing so you will not miss them. So do that today. Also, if you want to financially partner with me, I support ministries around the world. We're doing some things across the globe that will bless people, and I want you to be blessed by being a blessing. I speak grace, favor, prosperity, abundance over everyone that is sowing and partnering with this ministry. I want to thank all of those that have been doing it, but if you've not, consider sowing a seed today, and I will pray God's blessing, favor, prosperity, abundance over your life. The giving addresses are given on the screen, and if you take those down and sow a seed today, I believe for increased favor, blessing, prosperity, and abundance to be your portion. And I want to thank those that are consistent in your support of our ministry. Well, get ready for today's message. I believe it's going to bless you, and I'm consistently ministering on things that God has given me. And as always in departing, again, remember that the best is yet to come. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of Wisdom Talk. I'm so glad to be able to come to you today and share with you on the subject of wisdom. And I want to welcome all of the members of Crusaders Church, all of the members of Impact University, all of those who tune me in daily for this Facebook Live, and of course, those that are also coming on Clubhouse. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And before I share this morning, I do want to remind the members of Crusaders Church that we will be having our Saturday edition, which is tomorrow at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. And that will be at 3821 South Michigan. 2 p.m., 3821 South Michigan tomorrow. And I'll be ministering. We'll have our praise and worship, our prophetic teams, our deliverance teams. And I invite you to come out. You don't have to be a member to come. It's an open service. Again, that's 2 p.m. at 3821 South Michigan. Also, I'm encouraging all of those who want to partner with me in this ministry financially. If you want to sow a seed, I believe that God will bless you for doing so. And I want to give you a chance to do that as well. Today, we're going to talk about counsel, the importance of counsel. And I'm going to share some truths that I believe are very important, not only for us individually, but for us as a nation, as a church, as a people, as the people of God, the importance of counsel and how it's connected to wisdom. Counsel is one of the most important aspects of wisdom. Remember, wisdom is the principal thing. Proverbs 4:7. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So we're going to talk about that this morning. Those who do want to partner with me financially, I'm encouraging many of you to give seeds with the number 11. We're in the 11th month. I'm believing God for prosperity now. Psalms 118, verse 25. We beseech thee, O Lord, send now prosperity. So 11 is just a number we're using to mark the month that we're in and to believe God for some financial breakthroughs in your life today. You can give through the Cash App at JE Global or Venmo as well at JE Global. You can also give through PayPal at paypal.me/ApostleJE1. And also, many have been giving seeds of $11.11. Some have been giving seeds of $20.11 or $30.11, $50.11, $111, whatever you want to do. I want to bless you for doing that today as we continue to expand in the prophetic and teach the prophetic around the world. I want to bless you, and I want to decree favor, grace, blessing, prosperity, abundance over everyone that is sowing. God loves a cheerful giver, and God is able to multiply your seed sown. I decree 2 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 8, that God will make all grace or favor abound toward you, that you having all sufficiency in all things may abound to every good work. So I'm decreeing for those that are partnering with me, those that have been giving, those that are giving today, I'm decreeing that this will be a month of favor, grace, blessing, prosperity, abundance, increase, multiplication, that you would abound, that you would overflow, that God would anoint your head with oil, your cup would overflow. Psalms 23, that you would come into a wealthy place. Psalm 66, that wealth and riches would be in your house. Psalms 112, that you would increase 1,000 times more. Deuteronomy 1:11, that the blessing of the Lord would make rich and God would add no sorrow. Proverbs 10 and 22, that God would teach you to profit and lead you in the way that you should go. Isaiah 48 and 17, that you'll break forth on the right hand and on the left. Isaiah 54 and 3, that God would do special miracles in your finances, your business, your account. Acts 19. I believe that according to Job 22 and 28, we shall decree a thing and it shall be established. So I decree this over those that are partnering with me. I decree Matthew 10, that as you sow, that you'll receive a reward. He that blesses a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. He that blesses a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. So I pray that this will be your reward season as you close out 2021, as you get ready to move into 2022, that it'll be a year of favor, breakthrough, grace, prosperity, and abundance, that you will lack no good thing. There'll be no lack in your life, that you'll have abundance and more than enough. I decree it over everyone that is sowing today. Again, the giving addresses are Cash App, JE Global, also Venmo, JE Global, or you can also give at PayPal at paypal.me/Apostle JE, the number 1. So you see today, I decree those blessings and favor over your life. I do want to thank all of those that have been sowing and been faithful. Let me one more announcement. I for the second week in a row, I'll not be able to come on Sunday for the prophetic release because I'll be in service this time in Detroit, Michigan. I'll be in service in the evening. And so we're going to do the prophetic release tomorrow evening, Saturday evening instead of Sunday. I haven't scheduled it yet. I will schedule it. This is for those in Clubhouse. It'll be at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Usually I come on behind Dr. Delane and her BAM Empowerment on Sunday, but I won't be able to do it this Sunday. And of course, I encourage you to go into BAM Empowerment as well on Sunday and be a part of that prophetic service. But I'll be doing it tomorrow evening, the prophetic release under Master the Prophetic. So join me for that tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. We prophesy, we release prophetically for that particular week. It's the beginning of another week, so I'm looking forward to doing that Saturday under Master the Prophetic. So thank you so much for those who are sowing, those who are giving, those who are participating with this broadcast. Now, I'm calling this Wisdom Talk because I love teaching on wisdom. Here's an interesting verse. It's in Proverbs 11 and 14. We decreed it this morning in our morning decree. It says, where no counsel is, the people fall. In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. What an interesting verse. It actually tells us where there is a lack of counsel or guidance. The Amplified Version calls this guidance. When there's an absence of guidance or counsel, the people fall. Let me read the Amplified Version. I think this really amplifies it and gives us a better perspective of how important counsel, advice, and guidance is. It says, where there is no wise, intelligent guidance, the people fall and go off course like a ship without a helm. Wow. It says, where there is no wise, intelligent guidance, the people fall and go off course like a ship without a helm. But in the abundance of wise and godly counselors, there is victory. So notice this, that counsel is something that we cannot live without, either individually, corporately, as a people. If you don't have wise counselors, if you don't have wise leaders, if you don't have wise guidance, you will end up falling. And this is a problem in our society today. We have a lot of people that are living today with no counsel. They have no guidance. They have no one to guide them. They have no one to show them the right way to go. And as a result, their lives are not going well. Remember, wisdom is designed to make your life better. It's designed to give you skillful living. It's designed to cause you to be able to succeed and prosper. And sometimes people listen to the wrong people. Psalm 1 says, blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly. You have to make sure that you don't listen to ungodly people. As you read the book of Proverbs, it is really a book of counsel. It's counseling the young man or young woman the things that they should do or not do if they want to have a happy life, if they want to succeed in life. For instance, one of the counsels that the father gives the son is to stay away from the house of the strange woman. I believe that's in Proverbs chapter 8. Don't go near her house. That's counsel, wise guidance, things to avoid. Don't go in that direction. Don't do that. You will end up destroying yourself. You will end up falling. You will end up even dying prematurely. And so we need the guidance. Of course, we should have the guidance of wise parents. Fathers and mothers in the home should be able to guide children. That's one of the first places we get guidance. We get guidance from teachers, from instructors, from pastors, from spiritual leaders. It's important that we have guidance, because without guidance, you'll end up making mistakes. Without someone to guide you, without someone to lead you, without someone to tell you. Remember the Ethiopian that Philip met in the desert? He was reading Isaiah 53, and Philip said, do you understand what you're reading? And the Ethiopian said, the eunuch said, I don't, unless there's someone to guide me. And Philip had to let him know that chapter was about the Messiah. He needed a guide. He needed someone to help him. He needed someone to direct him. He needed someone to instruct him. Remember Joseph, when he interpreted Pharaoh's dream. He just didn't interpret the dream. He gave him counsel as to what to do. He said there's coming 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine. Therefore, during the years of plenty, store up grain. And then when famine comes, you'll have enough to sell. And Pharaoh, you will end up rich. You'll end up owning the whole country. He gave him counsel. We find Daniel giving King Nebuchadnezzar counsel after he interpreted his dream. He said, listen, if you break off your sins by righteousness, you can avoid this judgment that is coming. Nebuchadnezzar did not listen to his counsel, and as a result, judgment came upon the king. So we have throughout scriptures individuals that had counsel. Daniel, Joseph, prophets walk in counsel. They give prophetic counsel and insight. Being a prophet is more than just prophesying. It is also giving godly counsel. Prophets were counselors to kings. Nathan was a counselor to David. Kings needed counselors around them, people of wisdom, to give them counsel. Counsel gives you the ability to navigate through life's problems. All of us should have some wise people in our lives, some people that can give us counsel. Because sometimes you're in a situation and you don't see it objectively. Often we're in situations where our emotions are involved. We're personally involved in situations. We don't see as clearly as we should. You can have someone put another pair of eyes on the situation. And because they're more objective, they can say, no, do this. No, I don't think you should do that. That's why it's important often to have someone to look at your project, to look at your endeavor, to give you some counsel, whether it's a pastor, whether it's a friend, whether it's someone with wisdom, because often we can make the wrong decision because we're impulsive, we're moving too fast, we're emotionally involved, we don't see clearly, our discernment is somewhat clouded, we've been hurt, we're emotionally caught up in the situation, and someone who has wisdom can say, no, I wouldn't do it that way. I wouldn't do it right now. I would wait. Take your time. You're moving too fast. Be careful. We can avoid a lot of mistakes. This verse actually says, where there is no counselors, the people fall. You can fall as a result of a lack of counsel, a lack of wisdom. It is important to get counsel on major decisions in your life. Of course, Jesus is called the counselor in Isaiah chapter 9. Much of Jesus' teaching was counsel, the wisdom that came from his mouth. He was the greatest counselor. He is the greatest counselor. He said, lay not up for yourselves treasures on earth where thieves break through and steal and moth corrupts. Lay up your treasures in heaven. That's counsel. That's wisdom, telling you what not to do. Sometimes counsel is telling us what not to do, what to avoid. Don't get involved in that. Many times in business dealings, we need counsel, especially when we're dealing with large amounts of money or large investments in business endeavors. We need counsel when it comes to entering into agreements, or sometimes we need attorneys to counsel us and look at our contracts and look at what we're doing and give us some legal advice, some legal counsel. Go over my contracts. Is this a good deal? Does this make sense? Because sometimes you can sign something that ends up destroying your business. Counsel is important. Advice is important. Whether it's legal advice, spiritual advice, I believe that when it comes to major decisions like marriage, you should get the counsel of your leader, your pastor. When it comes to marrying, I've seen people rush into marrying people. I was one time ministering in Africa and I came back home. I had a couple in my church. They got married, did not tell anyone. They walked up to me and said, Pastor, while you were away in Africa, we got married. I said, what? I didn't even know you were engaged. And they were so excited. I said, I don't think that was a wise move for you just to get married. Didn't bring it for counsel, didn't meet with your pastor. Well, I hate to say it, that marriage did not end up well. That marriage ended up horrible because they just rushed into a marriage without any kind of counsel or without any kind of advice from leadership. Eventually the young man did get married again, but it was a bad experience for him because he had I'm not going to go into details except one detail, having a praise and worship service, and the wife actually walked in the service one day and punched him in the face right in front of everybody. So that wasn't going well. That's not a good marriage. I hate to say it, but stuff like this happens when there's no counsel, when there's no guidance, when there's no advice. Now, I believe that the wisdom of this is that counsel is connected to humility. When we walk in humility, we recognize that I may need some help. I may need some advice. Pride sometimes makes people feel that I don't need any advice. I don't need anyone telling me what to do. I don't need anyone helping me out. I know everything. I can do it by myself. Where pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. This verse says, where there is no counsel, the people fall. So be careful that you don't get proud and puffed up and think, well, I have the Holy Ghost. God can tell me everything I need. I don't need to get any counsel. I don't need to get any advice. I don't need to listen to anybody. That can be a manifestation of pride. I believe that counselors are important because many times we do need help. Sometimes the situations are overwhelming. They're too large for us to handle on our own. And so it's good just to get some counsel. What do you think about this? What do you think I should do? I need you to pray for me. I need you to help me. I'm not quite clear in this area. I don't exactly know what step to make. That's wisdom, people. Wisdom is connected to counsel. Now, the word counsel is found 82 times in the Bible in the King James Version. So it's an important word. I encourage you to do a study on the word counsel or the word counselor. It's found the most in the book of Psalms. Psalms is found 20 times and it's found 17 times in the book of Proverbs. So it's a very, very important word, people of God, that we need to really, really understand and walk in because it's an important aspect of wisdom. You cannot have wisdom without counsel. All of us need guidance, especially when we're young, we're immature. The Bible talks about the simple. The word simple simply means you don't quite understand everything. You're not mature enough. You've not had a lot of experience. The older you get, the more experience you get, the more you can generally deal with things. But when you're young, you encounter things in life that you don't have experience. And so Proverbs is really geared toward the young man, the young woman, giving them godly wisdom at a young age, giving them counsel concerning relationships, concerning business, concerning the way they conduct themselves, concerning the way you should talk, concerning your sexual character, concerning who you identify with, who you run with, who you associate with. It's a lot about relationships. It's a lot about decisions, work, business. These are all things that the book of Proverbs gives us counsel and wisdom in. Remember, counsel and wisdom are the principal thing. Wisdom is the principal thing. Proverbs 4:7. So we're doing these wisdom talks, and I've been discussing a lot of aspects of wisdom because I really want you to have the spirit of wisdom. You get wisdom by associating with wise people, listening to wise people. There's an impartation of wisdom you can receive. Wisdom comes through the spirit. It comes through the word. So I'm endeavoring to really show you the importance of wisdom. So I'm calling these talks wisdom talk so you can focus on it. There's a lot of teaching on faith, a lot of teaching on healing, deliverance, power, anointing, wealth, prosperity, all great subjects, but wisdom is the principal thing, because wisdom will bring you wealth. It'll bring you riches. It'll bring you honor. It'll protect you. It'll deliver you. It will bless you. It'll give you favor. Everything you need, wisdom will deliver unto you. So get wisdom, get understanding, forsake it not. It's more valuable than gold, silver, and rubies. It's the most important thing you can have. Pray for wisdom. If any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God. Receive counsel, receive advice, humble yourself, realize none of us know it all. The areas, when you're going to new areas, you may need to get counsel because it's a new area where you don't have expertise in that area. Get someone who knows that area, whether it's music, whether it's business, whatever area it is. Get some counsel in that area and receive it. It'll make your life go a lot better, because the last thing you want to do is make some stupid decisions or some dumb decisions and ruin your life. You don't want that. You want to prosper. You want to be successful. You want to be blessed. So that's the message today. Counsel, receive it, walk in it, be blessed by it, operate in wisdom. Thank you so much. Don't forget, members of Crusaders Church, tomorrow, 2 p.m., Saturday edition at Crusaders Church, 3821 South Michigan at 2 p.m. Saturday edition of the Master of the Prophetic will be at 7 p.m. this Saturday instead of Sunday. I'll be ministering in Detroit, Michigan, Sunday evening. And we're going to do our prophetic release Saturday evening instead of Sunday. Those are the announcements for this upcoming weekend. Thank you so much for coming on. Don't forget to sow your seed. If you came in late, sow your seed at Cash App JE Global or Venmo JE Global, PayPal at paypal.me/Apostle JE, the number 1. If you're in Clubhouse, you can go to my profile. Those giving addresses are on the profile. Thank you so much, people of God. I bless you. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend. And as always in departing, until you hear from me again, God bless you and shalom.